welcome back to my channel. This week we are making another Scotch cocktail. I'm sure that by now you must think I actually secretly love Scotch because I seem to make a lot of Scotch cocktails, but until we get to the end of this bottle we won't stop. So this is the classic cocktail, the Bobby Burns, supposedly named after Robert Burns, the famous Scotsman, poet, and the I guess namesake of Burns Night, which I think is the 25th of January and is his presumed birthday. So this cocktail, from what I could find, was kind of referenced in about the 1930s. Harry Craddock had a version in his Savoy cocktail book. This is a slight adaptation on that. We've kind of switched up the quantities a little bit. This is the Difford's Guide, spec for this drink. Traditionally, it's also served with like a little piece of shortbread on the side of the glass, which I thought sounded lovely, but I don't just happen to have any butter shortbread to hand, unfortunately, but that would be a nice touch. So this is a stirred cocktail. We're going to start with our ice. We are going to need 1.5 ounces of Scotch, 1.5 ounces of sweet vermouth, and 3/4 ounce of benedictine. This is a great drink because it uses up two of the things that very rarely get used, benedictine and Scotch. So let's go in with the Scotch. I'm curious, and I really should try and actually pour things into the mixing glass, not around it. I think that traditionally like a blended Scotch would be used, not this, what I think is a fancy one that I have here. Okay, and with the vermouth. This is going to be interesting. Very herbal from what I'm imagining. Okay, and then 3/4 ounce of benedictine. That's just my neighbour's dog, if you can hear it in the background. She has a real thing for, yeah, there she goes, for visitors, and I think they just got a parcel delivered, so, you know, the parcel delivery man is being welcomed. So we're going to stir this, as per usual, about 30 seconds. Ideally, obviously, have a chilled glass to hand, but that's kind of difficult when I'm standing here talking to you. But you can obviously do that at home. And yes, I am using a chopstick. If you're new here, I've decided to forego bar spoons. Who needs them? This is a much more useful implement, in my humble opinion. I always have to resist the temptation to lick it. I don't know why, because it's a chopstick. That's the wrong end of a chopstick as well. I really don't know. I don't know what that's about, but we're not gonna dwell on that. We are going to, strain this into, I've chosen a Nick and Nora. Whatever you want, really. I think it's nicer served up. The old switcheroo. There we go. Nice colour. Ooh, intimidating on the nose, I will say. The benedictine and the Scotch together, ooh, yeah. Maybe just hold your nose before you drink it for the first time, because I'm assuming it's going to taste better than it smells, because to me, it smells like a hospital. Anyway, cheers, and I don't want to offend anyone who is a fan of this cocktail, nor any Scottish people out there. Let's give it a taste. I do have high hopes for the flavour. As I suspected, it is much more approachable on the palate than it is on the nose. It's a lot sweeter than I was expecting, actually. I think one forgets how sweet benedictine is, and 3/4 ounce is quite a lot, actually. That is quite delicious, actually. Yeah, I feel like the Scotch has been de-Scotchified, if that makes any sense. The kind of peatiness that I find usually a little bit off-putting has been really rounded out. I feel like the sweet vermouth comes through really nice, kind of mellows and rounds everything out, and actually the herbal notes in here with the peaty notes in here seem to be kind of, I don't want to say cancelling each other out, balancing each other out maybe is more appropriate. Yeah, definitely just take a big sip before you smell it. And once you've sipped it, you'll know that it's good and you won't be put off by the smell. That would be my advice to you. Yeah, tasty cocktail. And I suppose now I have a reason to drink every 25th of January. So cheers to that, and I will see you next week. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Leave me a comment if you have any recommendations or suggestions, and I look forward to seeing you here next week.